What's up everyone, I'm Marian, and in this video I'm going to share with you a couple of small accessories that I've got over the years. These are things that are quite cheap, didn't break the bank to get them, but in all honesty, nowadays I can't even race without some of them. You will see soon why, but others are just cool, like this guy right here. This is just a personalized nameplate. I have my name, my country flag, it connects via USB to your PC, and behind it we have some RGB LEDs, so you can customize here the colors. By the way, I'm not sponsored to show you any of these things. These are just things that I bought with my own money, and I just want to share them with you because I like them. But this will add a nice cool factor to your rig. I don't see it when I'm racing because it's put somewhere around here on my right side, so I can't really see it. But when I have friends at my house and we are using the rig, it gets all the attention because it really looks really cool. Now for the second accessory, I have to share with you a little story. 2 years ago, I bought this steering wheel. It's a nice steering wheel, but I had a couple of issues with it. When I was downshifting or upshifting sometimes, the gear shift was not registering and it was very weird. Same with the LCD display, sometimes it was blinking. Maybe you had this issue and you don't know why, but turns out it's because of EMI. Some interference between the wheelbase, the steering wheel, and the PC. Basically unwanted signal. So what I had to do was to buy a grounding cable. I'm not just gonna unmount it here just to show you, it's just a cable basically. I'm gonna put some pictures to show you how I connected, but one end of the cable I put it near the metal on my wheelbase. The second part of the cable I put it on my case, metal part on the case on my PC, and this solved it for me. And it was something like $10. It solved the issues with my steering wheel because, you know, we have a lot of stuff here near our rig. We have a lot of electronic components, and the probability or the likelihood of, getting into EMI is quite high for us. So as an advice, or take it as you want, or we can call it accessory, but in my opinion is quite needed for just have it on your rig. Getting a grounding cable, in my opinion, is a must, and it's maybe something you want to consider. Now this third accessory helped me solve a big issue, and that is positioning myself in this rig right here. Because I want to stay as close as I can to the monitor in front. I want to have a wider FOV, but when I get closer to the monitor, like when I get my seat closer, then the pedal position is now completely messed up. And in some cases, you can get the pedals right, you can get the monitor right, but then the steering wheel will feel like, it's too far away or it's too close, and vice versa. You can always have two right, but one wrong. And this was happening for me. And by the way, it's probably because of me. I'm not really good at these things, even though I tried a lot. But the best solution for me was to just get a wheel extender. And it instantly solved it because I could get the steering wheel a little closer to my chest, and I could figure out the perfect position for the distance between me, the monitor, and the pedals and the steering wheel. And it was so easy, and it costed something like 40-50 bucks, which I think it's it's a wheel extender. If you can get away without buying one, it's nice. But if you have issues in your rig and you don't know how to set up your rig so that it will feel to you like you're sitting in the perfect position, then getting a wheel extender is a no-brainer. It solves the issue really quick, and it's something that I have for 2 years, and I don't see a reason why I'm not gonna use one because it just simplifies things a lot. Now, if you're new to the channel, you probably don't even know that a couple of years ago, I was just racing in VR all the time. And this is an incredible headset. This is the HP Reverb G2. I think even nowadays it's quite good, but unfortunately HP is not supporting it anymore. So if you have issues with it, good luck. But the only big problem that this VR headset had was the FOV. Like the FOV was quite tight. And what I did is I changed this default mask with a custom one, with a modded one, with this one. And the idea behind it is this one is quite thick, whereas this one is a lot slimmer. So you put it in the headset like this, and now you can have your eyes closer to the screen. It will give you a couple more degrees of FOV, which will widen your perspective. So this is one of the things that I've got when I was just racing in VR. It was quite good. It puts a bit more strain to the eyes, so I won't really recommend for endurance racing. I was just driving shorter races at that time, but it definitely helped me. It costs something like 20-25 bucks. And if you're running VR and you're not pleased with the current FOV that you've got, especially for HP Reverb G2, then maybe it's worth searching for a custom mod like this one. Another accessory that I have here on my rig, it's a wind sim. And I know it's a little bit over the $100 budget, but I want to share you a little bit of my impressions with it because it's very good during the summer. You don't need AC anymore in the room. The wind sim will be enough to keep you cool. At least for me, it works very nicely. Make sure you're not mounting the vents in the bottom of the rig, because if you put them in a lower position, they will get dust a lot easier, and then you get all that dust to you back, which is not good. Also, if you can clean it up regularly, maybe once every week or maybe once every 2 weeks, that's also going to be nice, so that that air is fresh. And all in all, I think it looks really cool. I think those big exhausts just gives the rig that extra So I like it. You can find cheaper versions. I was looking today and I found like the one that I have is 165 bucks, but you can find around 120. I don't know exactly how that's gonna be. The one that I've got is pretty solid. The link will be in the video description. And all in all, it's nice. The way it works, it's with telemetry. When the car gets faster and the car accelerates, the wind gets stronger. And when you're braking, for example, and you're going from, let's say, 200 kph to 50 kph, then the wind gets, the intensity gets a lot less. So all in all, it's a nice accessory. It doesn't help you with anything besides looking cool and helping you during the summer, but I like it, and these are a couple of my impressions with the wind sim. Next on my list is something that checks both aesthetics but also practicability, and that is having the PC on the rig itself, basically a PC shelf. And you don't have to buy one. I know 100% that you can just do it yourself, like get a metal frame and attach it to the rig. But it's a very nice way to keep everything organized. Cable management is going to be a lot easier. It helps if you don't want to see the PC itself near the rig, because you can put it behind the rig. This is exactly what I have. It helps if you have a robot vacuum cleaner, because if you have the PC, maybe you can't really clean the room properly. And also the cables won't go below the rig. Ideally, this is what I have right now. All the cables are behind the rig. The cable management is a lot easier to do when the PC is, it's almost like a hub in the center of the rig. From the PC, we get all the cables there. And another benefit is that, it doesn't get as dusty as just sitting on the floor. So for me, having the PC on that PC shelf near the rig, on the rig itself, actually was quite nice. And speaking of cable management, you really have to consider these things right here. I'm going to put it up on the screen. Small plastic thingies where you can just guide your cables through them. It's very helpful if you have an 80-20 rig or aluminum profile rig, so that you can hide all the cables to those grooves in the aluminum profile. The cable management will look much better with those things. They're so cheap, it's like no-brainer to have them. Next on my list is the Stream Deck. And if you want to get it cheap, you can find the second-hand option. I think the Stream Deck Mini is a good option, but maybe you can find something better than that, even at that $100 budget. It's a lot better than a button box, because you can have automation. You can have, you're pressing a button, like right now, if I'm pressing this button right here, everything opens. It opens iRacing, it opens my wheelbase settings, it opens my Husing Welt pedals, it opens race laps, it opens crew chief. So everything in just one button, and this is just the tip of the iceberg because this is something very simple, but you can do even more complex automation with the Stream Deck. Not gonna mention if you're just streaming or doing content creation, that's gonna help a lot. So all in all, it's a very good accessory. It can help you with racing itself, using it as a button box, but also with different things around the computer, because here at the rig maybe you don't have maybe it's a bit harder for you to go with the keyboard and the mouse itself. You're in the rig, you want to just open things up nicely, and with a Stream Deck you can do that. You can ditch the mouse and the keyboard, at least in some cases, and do everything from those buttons. So it's quite a nice accessory to have. In my opinion, once again, better than a button box. So if you find one for cheap, then go for it. Now let's talk about wheelbases and safety, because nowadays I don't think you will get a wheelbase less than 5 Newton meter. Maybe there are some, but on average you get 5 Newton meter or more, which is quite strong. And having the option to just kill the force feedback and kill the wheelbase signal instantly is a must in my opinion. That's why you need a kill switch and have it close to you so you can press it and instantly drop it. Because, you know, last week Dave Cam made a video about a software that greatly improves the force feedback in iRacing. A lot of people tried it, they all loved it. Many of them loved it. Same of some of my friends, they enjoyed it. But what happens if that software malfunctions and then your steering wheel does this? You see, you need the option to cut it off, and having a kill switch, I think it's a pretty standard way to deal with this stuff. And finally, another accessory which I think is quite cool is just for aesthetics. It's a little bit of rubber band, colored rubber band that you can put in that groove of the aluminum profile. And in this way, you get another color to the rig. You can put an accent color. It looks way cooler. I like it a lot. It's super cheap. It doesn't cost too much, and honestly, just it's worth it. That's it. But all in all, I hope you liked the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I think right now I showed you almost everything that I have here on my rig. I might do another video where I will just present here my rig, my room. If you enjoyed it, subscribe the channel, like this video, and looking forward to see you in the next one. Bye bye.